Hitting 950 in Destiny 2 is easy and simple. With exotic quests that give huge power spikes like Izanagi's Burden and Whisper of the Worm, as well as a director that easily maps out how to gain more power, it's never been easier to hit the power cap in Destiny. But building a perfect character, that's a challenge. With random rolled weapons and even more random stat rolls on armor, creating an alien killing machine in Destiny has never been more difficult. I have set out on the challenge to create the perfect set of characters with the ultimate goal of reaching legend in the competitive playlist. My name is Bosox, and welcome to the Vault. Hello, what's up? You're probably wondering what this series is after that intro. And so, my name is Bosox, welcome. Today we're going to start my adventure in Destiny 2, and you may be asking yourself, well, Bosox, you have a ton of videos already about Destiny 2, what the heck is this? We're going to be starting a new series here, where basically we document the progression of my characters and of my skill, I guess, within Destiny 2. So, the main way we're going to do that is by looking at the character, of course, the character I play the least amount of. So let's hop over there right now, and I'll see you in a second. Yep, so here we are. You can see I'll get a better face cam going and stuff like that in the future with a frame and stuff like that. But basically what I want this series to be is once a week, I kind of document the week's progress and improving my characters and stuff. And we'll go over things like build changes, gear changes, any cool things I earned. I want it to be an ongoing series because I feel like that the Destiny YouTube videos and stuff, a lot of it is focused on stats and guns and things like that, and I thought I wanted to create a long-term series where I could document the growth of one of my least played characters, my hunter. So this series is going to be about getting better as a hunter, getting better gear on all three characters, and just overall improving at the game to the point where I can eventually hit the legend ranking comp, as the intro suggested. So this series is basically going to be broken up into multiple different sections, multiple different ideas, and some weeks will include a gameplay, some weeks will just include upgrades and things like that. Some days we'll play a quick play match, some days we'll play a competitive match. But I just wanted to kind of get through the introductions, and so I'm going to show you where we currently are in a second. So here we go. So throughout this series, we're going to have multiple different sections of the video, and they're going to be spread out and basically subtitled like this. However, most of the time, we are going to have a section called the goals, and in that section of the video, I'm going to highlight the goals for the next week, and then the next video that comes out, hopefully we meet the goals, and we'll have some kind of checklist and things like that. Right now, we're kind of working with a very, rough draft version of the episodes and things like that, because I really wanted to get this out before Iron Banner Week, because I felt Iron Banner Week was a super important week in the kind of grind for this type of series, and so I wanted to get this one out quickly. Normally, these videos won't be on a Tuesday like tonight. They'll be uploaded at the normal time, which is 6 p.m. PST, and they'll most likely be on Sundays, which gives me like a full Saturday to work on editing and putting together the video. There's going to be clips, there's going to be images, things like that of just all the things we've earned throughout the week, the important stuff, and probably a lot of deleting of random stuff as well. Next week we'll have a different set of goals. However, for this week I wanted to highlight our main goals, and they're going to be focused on our hunter. Obviously our primary goal is going to be getting to 950. Not a very difficult task, but one that is really important, because after we hit 950, we'll be able to work on just pinnacle items. We'll be focused on getting pinnacle rewards to hit that like 960 cap, and next week they're going to be fixing the pinnacle cap, as well as it's just an important goal. It makes it so that all of our stuff is dropping at 950, which is kind of like a cap and stuff. So that's really important. The next goal is to bump up a lot of these stats. As you can see, we have horrific stats on our hunter, and that's basically because I don't play hunter at all. And in future episodes, we're gonna work towards our titan and warlock as well. However, this week we want to prioritize our hunter and getting those stats up, because my titan and warlock, which I'll introduce later on in the series, are going to have already have pretty decent stats. However, Iron Banner is this week, and when you go to Saladin and you turn in your tokens, you can get some pretty high base rolled legendary gear. So our hunter is going to be focusing on turning his tokens in this week. After focusing on getting some higher base stat rolls, the other thing we're going to really want to focus on is our mods, and specifically these enhanced perks that I'm currently missing, because Saladin, when you turn in tokens and stuff, gives you some of these enhanced perks, which are really, really useful for overall play and things like that. So those are kind of some of the things we're going to be focusing on. We want something like Enhanced Bomber, something like Enhanced Ashes to Assets. We really want those perks for creating builds in the future. So those are our two main goals. Next week I'll have a goals more focused on earning weapons and such, as well as climbing in the competitive playlist. Speaking of the competitive playlist, and the overall goal for this series is to eventually hit max rank at legend rank. I'm just going to quickly hover over just to show you guys where I currently am. I don't play a ton of competitive, especially in the couple seasons prior to this. My max comp score is like low 3000s one season. I don't know how I even got that high, because normally I just go for the weapons and then leave the comp playlist. But overall, ultimately the goal is to reach 5500, so I'm kind of showing off where I'm currently starting at. The reason we are already this high is simply because one of my friends who got back into the game via New Light wanted the Recluse, so I helped him earn the Recluse, and that's how we got to 2300. Overall, I would have wished to start this series fresh. However, if we don't hit legend rank this season, then obviously next season, season 2 of the vault or whatever, we'll be able to restart from scratch, working our way to 5500, which will be really cool. So again, just to recap really quick, mods and gear. Future weeks, I will plan on earning very specific weapons and very specific weapon rolls, and hopefully we'll be able to come away with those. And so, yeah, that's kind of our goals for this week. Very simple goals for the first week, I think. Hitting 950 shouldn't be hard at all, as well as getting some better stat rolls, considering that none of our stat rolls exceed 40. I'm certain we'll be able to hit those goals for next week, and after next week we can start putting in tougher and tougher goals for ourselves to reach. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the goals. Hope you guys think those are decent goals, and I wanted to challenge you guys in this video, or in any future videos of this series, to start playing on the character you play the least amount of. Because overall, that's the whole point of the series, is to learn my hunter. So you guys saw that this series was inspired by Nimnim, who is a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber who plays the trading card game, and he essentially started with 3 really basic structure decks, and bought more cards through sealed product only, and eventually tried to grow his deck into a deck that could compete at a pretty high-end Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament, so at the YCS level. So I wanted to create a similar style of video and a similar kind of growth type video series on my channel, where we focus specifically on Destiny, which is why we're going to focus on the character that I play the least. This video is going to be this series is going to be way more than just about the growth of some stats and some weapon rolls, but it's going to be focused on those things as well as my individual skill, which is why I'm trying to force myself out of my comfort zone within this game and play a lot more of the competitive playlist this season and future seasons, and I'm going to do that through this series. So otherwise, that's basically the series. I hope you guys will enjoy something like this. It will be put together better in the future when I have more days to put it together. Once again, I really wanted to get this video out right before Iron Banner started, because I really wanted to get these I really wanted Iron Banner to be like a really good starting point for us in this series in raising our base stats significantly and things like that. I have so many more plans for this series and growing in this series that I will share with you in future episodes. But for now, I'll see you next week on Sunday. Have a great one. Goodbye.